everybody, we're the Social Media Maidens. I am Julia Levy and this is Bridget Cordier. And today we're going to talk about a local business called Upstairs Circus. We're going to identify their opportunities, share our secondary research findings and recommendations with y'all. At the end of the presentation, there will be an opportunity for questions. So I'm going to pass it off to Bridget to talk a little bit more about what exactly Upstairs Circus is.
All right, thank you, Julia. Good evening, everyone. Upstairs Circus is a new do-it-yourself craft and cocktail venue that just moved into Austin March 30th, 2018. They're in the heart of the 2nd Street district. So think shop class meets neighborhood bar. It's offering craft projects, local beers, and specialty cocktails. Their motto is create, drink, and be merry. Opportunities. So why did we select Upstairs Circus? Glad you asked. I've been there several times, as evidenced by some of my craft work here. Just to the left of Julia, I've got a picnic ketchup holder, or maybe it's a beer holder. It kind of depends on
It's a beer holder.
how you get down at the picnic. And then we've got a little string art. So these are just some examples of the projects that are available at Upstairs Circus. But having gone to this venue on a couple of occasions, the one thing that stood out to me was that it was a really wonderful, new, fresh concept. But it didn't necessarily have the foot traffic I thought it should have for a new venue to the market. So that was what struck me initially. Julia and I started to analyze their social media platforms and their social media accounts, and what we found was very low followers. And so we immediately identified an opportunity. They needed to really expand their visibility in the market. They're a new business, so how do you expand your visibility in the market? And so that's how we arrived at social media engagement being a tool that they could use to really gain some additional exposure here and drive some additional business and foot traffic to their stores. Next up, Julia's going to share with you our purpose, the purpose for our project.
So Bridget and I believe that increasing Upstairs Circus's social media presence will increase its visibility and popularity in the market. Upstairs Circus's future is contingent on the ability to expand their customer base through social media engagement. So we looked at a bunch of secondary research, and so I'm going to go ahead and talk about some secondary research right now. So our first item of secondary research was a Forbes article I'm sure some of y'all have seen. It's about how Kylie Jenner leveraged her 119 million Instagram followers, 25.6 million Twitter followers to launch her Kylie Cosmetics line, which I'm sure you guys have heard of as well. It itself currently has 18.2 million followers and is absurdly successful. And so it can be seen through this article that social media itself can be the primary form of marketing and advertisement as long as you have enough followers, which is why we're looking at Upstairs Circus and really wanting to hone in on how they are going to drive in more followers to their social media page, thus their business. The second article comes from Entrepreneur Magazine and talks about the importance of building relationships with other successful accounts in order to leverage their power and drive followers to your page, thus your business. So the key concept of this article is the concept of mutual benefit. You and the successful company that you're working with mutually benefit through the cross-pollination of your combined followers. So you're going to get recognition from their followers, and they're going to get recognition, just sharing followers basically. And the third item of secondary research comes from, again, Forbes magazine and talks about the direct relationship between social media engagement and sales. So increased social media engagement will help the business increase interest level and purchase intent with existing and potential new customers. So now Bridget will summarize a few more of our secondary research.
Thank you. So number 4, tips for getting more visibility on social media. We looked at another Forbes magazine article by Jay DeMar, and basically what this article stated was there's a huge benefit in partnering with and leveraging the power of what they call influencers. And influencers are kind of like your super users. How many of you have heard of Do 512? How many of you follow Do 512? They are a super user. They have like 900,000 followers on Instagram. So that is a super user that has the ability to help with just one post increase the exposure for Upstairs Circus. So it would benefit them in that case. So Forbes basically states collaborating with influencers can drive drive more followers to your page and then increase their bandwidth in terms of their social media reach. Number 5, 10 social media marketing tips. These tips came from blogger Sari. Sari shared with the importance of personalizing your engagement. Basically what Sari was saying is that we as consumers really want to know the person behind the brand. We want to know that there's a real live person behind that brand, and so we want to engage with that person. And so Sari really, in her blog, explains to firms and companies the importance of personalizing their communication and their engagement with their followers to build relationship and loyalty. And so that's really important going forward, that you don't really just do business with the brand, but you do business with the people behind the brand, was kind of the theory. Number 6, broaden audience through existing customers. So how do you do that? I'm glad you asked. They can offer an incentive to their existing customers to share their post. So while you're in the store, take a picture with this beautiful string art, heart, and post it on your page, and tag the venue, tag where you are. Now all of your followers have just heard about this new venue, this new company, and this new opportunity. And so that is another way that they could increase visibility using existing customers to spread the word. Next up, Julia is going to share with you some of the findings and conclusions that we arrived at based on this secondary research.
So going back to the Kylie Forbes article, it showed us that it is possible for Upstairs Circus to use social media as a means of advertisement to market their brands. The Entertainment Magazine article spoke of a distinct formula that Upstairs Circus needs to be using in order to leverage brand recognition. The key aspect of this distinct formula is mutual benefit, as I spoke about earlier, and using mutual benefit. Using the success of other accounts is going to mutually benefit Upstairs Circus and the business that they're working with. And then in the third article, which is also a Forbes article, it shows the importance of a business engaging with their customer base via social media. So currently, Upstairs Circus is not engaging at all enough with their customers, and this results in a lack of loyalty with their existing customers and a massive lack of new customers and therefore followers. So now Bridget will finish up with the findings.
Absolutely. So number 4, again, going back to our findings from the secondary research, is leveraging influencers. And what needs to happen there is to find the right influencers. So you can't just pick any, but you've got to find the right ones. You want to find those that are already in the market, that already have substantial followers, and really, drill down to hone in and make sure that that's your target audience as well. But leveraging those influences would be hugely beneficial. So number 5, our next finding is building relationship with your customers through social media engagement. Being authentic and genuine in acknowledging their positive feedback, being quick in your response to any negative feedback, and willing to do what it takes to make it right. That demonstrates to other customers who are also listening to that social media engagement that you're a business that they might want to do business with as well, because of your responses. And if your responses are genuine and authentic, that's more likely to draw new consumers. Number 6, in our final finding, was again using incentives and social media campaigns to drive additional shares. So finding ways to encourage and entice current customers, existing customers, to help you get the word out. And so that is another great tool and strategy that can help broaden their visibility in the market. Next up, we're going to go through our recommendations for Upstairs Circus and how they can implement some things to improve their visibility. Julia?
So we recommend Upstairs Circus, first they need to hire a social media marketing manager in order to manage their social media pages more efficiently and most importantly, more persistently, in order to realize the power of social media marketing. The second recommendation we have is to partner with Second Street District Eateries. Again, Second Street is where they're located. So they need to partner with successful businesses, restaurants, and coffee shops around them in order to, leverage their followers to come through to their page. So we think that they should partner with big name eateries such as Joe's Coffee. There's one down on 2nd Street, and they have 18.6K followers. Flower Child is a restaurant down in that area too that has 60K followers. And then North Italia is another restaurant with 27.8K followers. And this will cause them to gain brand recognition and increase visibility in the market. And again, there will be a lot of cross-pollination there. Our third recommendation is to create a concrete social media marketing plan. So this goes back to the social media marketing manager that they should hire. Her main job is to create a robust schedule for social media posts, videos, photos, and customer feedback follow-up. Basically, Upstairs Circus needs to be more persistent, present, and relevant on social media in order to engage their existing customers and attract new ones as well. And then I'm going to hand it over to Bridget to finish up with her
Thank you.
recommendations.
Recommendation number 4 is partner with a local influencer. And we think they need to, again, partner with influencers that will drive new customers to their brand, and partner with the right influencers. I mentioned earlier, Do 512 has 97,000 followers on Instagram. Austin Food Blogger has 54,000 followers on Instagram. Austin In My Mouth has 12,000 Instagram followers. So these are bloggers, well, not bloggers, but influencers that are already on social media, that already have a huge audience and a significant reach. And if they could partner with one or even 2 of these influencers, or even hire one of these influencers to come in, experience the craft and cocktails, and then one post could potentially reach 54,000 Austinites. So we think that's pretty significant and would really drive market visibility for them. Now, we do have an alternative.
So an alternative may be that it may not be in their budget that they can hire a social media marketing manager. And if this isn't possible, we still think that current employees need to implement 2 through 6 of our recommendations. There basically just needs to be somebody persistently behind their social media pages, just working it, basically. They need to be making connections, they need to be, just out there. Just to realize the full potential of social media marketing. It's such a powerful tool. And it's a really good company. Bridget has been there multiple times. It's obviously really fun. It has a lot going for it. They just haven't realized the power that social media can have for their company.
Absolutely. So in conclusion, Upstairs Circus has a wonderful opportunity to increase market visibility through leveraging local influencers, partnering with Second Street businesses, increasing their social media engagement with existing customers, and using social media campaigns to create fun opportunities to incent their customers to hit the share button. So that's really wraps it up for our presentation for Upstairs Circus and what we recommend they do. We think it's a great product and a great venue. They just need to be seen by more people. With that, are there any questions for myself or Julia?